This is Hub City Spokes, where creators, catalysts, and leaders share their insight in Lubbock, Texas. This season, we're speaking with local businesses discussing their response to these changing times. Thanks for joining us. We have Anna and Cameron Brown here. They're going to talk to us about mental health during this changing time for everyone. They are the director and therapist for Desert Sky Family Therapy, respectively. The director and therapist. So thank you so much for being here.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, very excited to be here.
So let's give kind of our listeners some context of you guys and your time here in Lubbock. What brought you to Lubbock and when did you get here?
Yes, we've been here about 3 years now, and we absolutely love the Lubbock community. It's a small town feel, but it has big city amenities, and it's been fantastic. We've absolutely loved it. We love the food, the people, our neighborhood, the community. Everyone here has been so kind and warm, and we look forward to being here for a really, really long time.
That's awesome. So when did you start this company, or when did it kind of get going?
Yes, so we have been hoping to open it a few months ago, actually. We were hoping to open, but we ran into a few snags along the way, and so we just started in April. And just smack in the middle of this pandemic.
Wow. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. What we were hoping for. That's right.
So not exactly our plan, but that's just kind of when things fell into place. And so we said, might as well go for it. People need us now more than ever with the strain that this pandemic has brought. So we opened our doors and here we are.
Yeah. And that leads really well into, so what kind of services do you guys provide? What are you kind of focused on for your company?
Yes. Dr. Brown, do you want to?
Yeah, so we offer a variety of different services. So when we first moved here to Lubbock in the beautiful state of Texas, we were surprised to see, despite Texas being the second largest state in the country, one of the fastest growing in the country, having a very just diverse communities, all things that we loved. When we started kind of looking more closely at the community, we were really stunned at just the lack of mental and behavioral health therapists that were here. So despite maybe individuals wanting to receive therapy regarding mental health, behavioral health, there just wasn't any available to us. And so, which is troubling, right? Because about 1 in 5 Americans, and it's about the same here in the state of Texas, about 1 in 5, struggle with some type of mental illness or disorder. Only a chunk of those actually receive treatment. And so we wanted to be able to address that need in our community. And so what we predominantly offer is we offer individual, couple, and family counseling services. So we'll attend to things such as depression, anxiety, 2 very common things that our community encounters. And then also we address other familial concerns as well. So parenting issues, or a drop in grades in an adolescent, or low motivation, or a transition that a family is going through, like a blended family or adoption. These are all things that we can offer services for to be able to help support, and the research is there to be able to support that what we offer actually helps and works, relieves depressive symptoms, relieves anxiety symptoms, helps blended families make large transitions in their home. And so that's what we're all about, is we just want to be able to provide a necessary commodity in our community so that we can kind of give back to the community, because we love it here and we want our community to continue to thrive. So we hope that we can just play our small part here to be able to help that.
Yeah. What does that look like nowadays with kind of the limited interaction, I guess, with health professionals, teletherapy?
Yes. So we were originally planning on meeting in person, but because of when we opened, we decided to go 100% telehealth services. So if you have a webcam and microphone, we are good to go. It's super easy to set up, and it's all online. And hopefully in the next few months, we're able to meet in person again. But for now, we're going to just do 100% telehealth services for our clients.
Yeah. So when we say it's contactless, it truly is contactless.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Those that we are currently treating as a part of the practice, I have yet to meet in person because we started this right when, again, perfect timing, right when the city was starting to kind of shut down and close up shop for a bit for us to get through this. And so it really is contactless. Payment is contactless. Billing is contactless. The treatment services are contactless. Everything is through digital means because we're all about the safety of not just us, but then also those that we serve. We want to ensure that everybody is healthy and safe in that regards.
Yeah. Mentioning that you opened it when everything kind of started, what went through your mind? I mean, I'm sure opening a business alone is, maybe maybe not a daunting task, but certainly a task that is something to be approached with, great focus and strategy. What was it like?
Well, a lot was going on. So, so Anna here was pregnant at the time.
We were hoping to get it open before I had the baby.
Yeah. And that's what we were really shooting for. And so there was so much going on in our lives, and we were shooting for an opening, months before we did. And just as any small business owner knows that there's always snags and kind of hiccups along the way. And sadly, some things got delayed in that regards. And so then we opened up literally just weeks after after this third child came. And then right in the middle of the pandemic shutting down. So when you said the word daunting, I felt like that's a pretty fitting word in that regards. And just, the anxiety surrounding that, but we were really hopeful and optimistic because we saw the need. And again, we just saw our way of giving back to the community. And we saw just in our own family and friend circles, people struggling, and we wanted to be able to provide an outlet and an avenue for them to be able to receive help and support more now than ever, just like Anna talked about.
Yeah. And one big thing that we've done is we offer a COVID-19 financial relief discount. So we're currently offering 30% off all services, which wasn't originally part of the plan, but we've adapted, and we're excited. The clients that we've spoken to seem to really appreciate the discount at this time when they really need services, but finances are tight, but their mental health is important and they're kind of in a bind. So we're grateful that we're able to offer this at a discount right now.
Yeah, I'm sure they are as well. So I'm sure it differs with every person you speak with, but what are some, things that maybe recurring themes that you see when you speak to people, or something that might help our listeners going through this time, just in regards to mental health? Is there maybe some ways to decompress, or ways to get through this time? Again, that probably would be a much longer conversation depending on the person, but
Right.
Yeah, great question. So a reoccurring theme that I've seen throughout all of this is isolation. And that's kind of the name of the game right now, is the point of being able to help kind of curb the spread of this is social distancing, isolating. So despite isolating, we can still be close with one another. And so when I say kind of this cliche term of "you're not alone," I really mean it. Is despite us being in our homes more often, despite us maybe not being able to go to work or not able to go to a fantastic restaurant of so many that are here in town, or go to a bar and connect in that way, is there's other avenues for us to be able to connect. Whether it's through digital means, whether it's through phone calls, whether it's through the old snail mail of writing letters to family members and such, is although there is that physical distance there, that emotional distance doesn't also have to be there. Thankfully, because of technology that we have, we can connect with others. So when I say you're not alone, thankfully we live in a day and age where we can still connect and with people that are thousands of miles away or just right next door, but we can't see them face to face.
Or if we do, we are 6 feet apart. Just have appropriate distancing, but you can still connect with others. I know as things opening up, people are starting to go out and see their neighbors and see their friends. And I think that's great. And I think that's great for their mental health, as long as everyone is staying safe and watching out for each other.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like when our local businesses are able to connect with the community and kind of remain involved in the community, whether, like you said, that's digitally, or maybe it's a product they provide for them and somehow they're able to get it to them at their house, or they're able to experience it, still in the same routine that they usually would. It just seems to help with the normalcy of that's lacking, or feels like it's lacking.
Yeah.
So I know it's kind of hard to predict because our climate is ever changing right now, but where do you guys see your business moving forward?
We are obviously starting out a little bit small, but we're really hoping that in the next few years that we're able to grow it and bring on more clinicians and offer a whole variety of services. Hopefully, eventually we'll get to do group therapies and just have multiple clinicians under us. But right now, it's just Dr. Brown for now, and he's fantastic. So I don't know. I'm really excited to see where we go.
Yeah, definitely. I'm kind of curious to know your thoughts on this, but where do you see our community moving forward, maybe ways that we're learning from this situation. You kind of mentioned it a little bit with isolation, the fact that we're not isolated and there's other ways to engage with people. Is there anything else you feel like we might come out of this differently?
Yeah, I like to think that this is a reminder that we are social creatures. That despite maybe this belief that we can do things on our own, that it's really hard. We've even noticed that we've got a preschooler in our home right now, and we very much took his incredible preschool teacher for granted. And all of a sudden that was removed for a period of time, and we saw the struggle that our 5-year-old son had with that. And we also saw the light in his eyes just completely extreme brightness when she showed up and dropped off just a little goodie bag for him with some, art materials and things to do. And then also just generally speaking is we miss going to restaurants. We miss going and spending time with friends. We miss going to concerts and going to the First Friday art trail. And we just miss being around people and large groups of people. There's kind of this sense of camaraderie, and we're in this together when we're all together, whether it's, rooting for Texas Tech or rooting for LCU or whatever it may be. And so I hope looking forward to this, that we're reminded that we need each other, both in large and small roles that we may deem as important or not important, essential versus not essential, that we're all essential in our community, and we need all of us to get through stuff like this. And so I hope when we look to the future that we look to our teachers and we look to those community organizers and we look towards our local government officials with gratitude and knowing that we need to do this and be in this together, and that we're all social creatures. We need one another, and we work best when we work together.
Absolutely. We appreciate you guys and everything you do for our community. And as we mentioned, mental health is such an important thing, and especially now, it always is. But certain times bring light to things that maybe should have always been at the focus. But we appreciate what you do and the service that you provide. And we love that you love Lubbock, because Lubbock loves, it's funny because when you were talking about that, I thought, Lubbock misses us too. I would say, we miss going to those restaurants and going to the First Friday, and I can guarantee you the restaurants miss us, and the First Friday art trail misses us, and everybody's just waiting to be together again. So it's a good thing. As the mayor says, it's a great day in Lubbock. So
that's right. Thank you so much for having us.
Of course, thank you. Last thing I want to ask though is if someone's interested in getting in contact with you.
Yes.
Taking in your services, how might they do that?
So our website is trydesertsky.com. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter at trydesertsky, or you can email us at trydesertsky@gmail.com.
Perfect. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This has been great.
Hub City Spokes is produced by the Lubbock Economic Development Alliance in partnership with Hamlet Bros Studios. Special thanks to the DoubleTree by Hilton for hosting us here in downtown Lubbock. For more episodes and to subscribe, go to lubbockeda.org/podcast.